Dear participants, from the previous lecture we have understood about process consultation. Today's lecture topic is team building OD intervention. This lecture covers the following subtopics, namely introduction, importance of team building, factors affect the outcome of team building, classification of team building interventions, team building intervention and group behavior, team building intervention and OD, the manager's role in team building, role of OD consultant, the results of team building interventions and conclusion. Introduction. What is a team? A team is a group of interdependent people who share a common purpose, have common work methods, and hold each other accountable. Let us explain the group in team. Groups consisting of people whose work roles are interdependent and groups whose members have no formal links in the organization but whose collective purpose is to achieve tasks they cannot accomplish alone. Regarding interdependence, the nature of that interdependence varies, creating the following types of teams like groups reporting to the same supervisor, manager or executive, groups involving people with common organizational goals, and temporary groups formed to do a specific one-time task. Another important variable in teams is location. When team members are in close proximity, a traditional team exists when members are geographically dispersed and their interaction is mediated by information technology, or a virtual teams exist. About team building refers to a broad range of planned activities that help groups improve the way they accomplish tasks, help members enhance their interpersonal and problem solving skills, and increase team performance. Organizations comprise many different types of groups, including permanent work groups, temporary project teams, and virtual teams. Team building is an effective approach to improve teamwork and task accomplishment in such environments. It can help problem solving groups make maximum use of members' resources and contributions. It can help members develop a high level of motivation to implement group decisions. Team building also can help groups overcome specific problems such as apathy and natural lack of member interest, loss of productivity, increasing compliance within the group, confusion about assignments, low participation in meetings, lack of innovation and initiation, increasing complaints from those outside the group about the quality, timeliness, and effectiveness of services and products, and hostility or conflicts among members. Importance of team building. Team building facilitates many OD interventions such as employee involvement, work design, restructuring, and strategic change. Those change programs typically are designed by management teams and implemented through various committees and work groups. Team building can help the groups to design high quality change programs and ensure that the programs are accepted, implemented by organization members. Indeed, most techno-structural human resource management and strategic interventions depend on some form of team building for effective implementation. The importance of team building is well established and its high use is expected to continue in the coming years. Management teams are encountering issues of greater complexity and uncertainty, especially in such fast-paced industries as software and hardware development, entertainment, health and financial services. As manufacturing services technologies continue to develop, for example, just-in-time inventory system, lean manufacturing, robotics, and service quality concepts. Team building can assist in the development of group goals and norms that support high productivity and quality of work life. In virtual teams, research suggests that closeness between team members is created through proactive offers of help and support on task-related issues and maintained through frequent, short, and task-focused communications. Finally, mergers and acquisitions, restructuring, and strategic alliances continue to proliferate. The success of these endeavors depends partly on getting members from different organizations to work together effectively. Team building is applicable in a large number of situations, from starting a new team to resolve conflicts among members to revitalize a satisfied team. Factors affect the outcome of team building. Several factors can affect the outcomes of any specific team building activity. Some of them are the length of time allocated to the activity, the team's willingness to look at its processes, the length of time the team has been working together, and the team's performance. Consequently, the results of team building activities can range from comparatively modest changes in the team's operating mechanisms. For example, meeting more frequently or gathering agenda items from more sources, to much deeper changes, for example, modifying the team's members' behavior pattern or the nature and style of the group's management, or developing greater openness and trust. Classification of team building interventions. Team building interventions can be classified according to their level and orientation. Team building intervention can focus on the following levels: one or more individuals, the group's operation and behavior, or the group's relationship with the rest of the organization. They also can be classified according to whether their orientation is diagnostic or development. A particular team building intervention can overlap these categories, and on occasion, a change in one area will have negative results in other areas. For example, a very cohesive team may increase its isolation from other groups, leading to intergroup conflict or other dysfunctional results, which in turn can have a negative impact on the total organization unless the team develops sufficient diagnostic skills to recognize and deal with such problems. Team building interventions and group behavior. The most common focus of team building intervention is behavior related to task performance and group process. In an effective team, task behavior and group process must be integrated with each other as well as with the needs and wants of the people making up the groups. Diagnostic intervention involves gathering data through the use of questionnaire or more commonly through interviews. The consultant's knowledge and skills help in gathering data have taken place in the organization. The data collection normally include on leadership styles and behavior, goals, objectives and decision-making process, organizational culture, communication patterns, interpersonal relationship and process, barriers to effective group functioning, and task and related technical problems. Diagnostic team building interventions establish a framework within which further work can be done. The interventions mainly aim to improve the group's process and functioning. Several diagnostic team building interventions were described by different researchers in the behavioral dimensions, namely role clarification, improving goal clarity and member commitment, modifying the decision making or problem solving process, changing norms, increasing risk taking and trust, and improving communication. Team building interventions and OD. As a team gains a better understanding of itself and becomes better able to diagnose and solve its own problems, it focuses on its role within the organization. Diagnostic interventions focus on understanding the group's organizational role, how its goals support the larger organization, or how the group interacts with the other groups. OD interventions involve actions that improve or modify the group's contribution to the organization, how it acquires resources or alters its outputs in terms of cost, quality, and quantity. The manager's role in team building. The manager is responsible for team functioning, although this responsibility obviously must be shared by the group itself. Therefore, it is management's task to develop a work group that can regularly analyze and diagnose its own effectiveness and work process. With the team's involvement, the manager must diagnose the group's effectiveness and take appropriate action if it shows signs of operating difficulty or stress. Thus, the issue of who should lead a team building session is a function of managerial capability. The initial use of an OD consultant usually is advisable if a manager is aware of problems, feels that he or she may be part of the problem, and believes that some positive action is needed to improve the operation of the team but is not sure how to go about it. Role of OD consultant. Basically, the role of OD consultant is to work closely with the manager and members of the team to a point at which the manager is capable of engaging in team development activities as a regular and ongoing part of overall managerial responsibilities. The manager and the consultant should work together in team building intervention, keeping in mind that first, the manager ultimately is responsible for all team building interventions, even though the consultant's resources are available, and the goal of the consultant presence is to help the manager learn to continue team development process with minimum consultant help or without the ongoing help of the consultant. Thus, in the first stage, the consultant might be much more active in data gathering, diagnosis, and action planning, particularly if a 1 to 3 day off-site workshop is considered. In the later stages, the consultant takes a much active role, with the manager becoming more active and serving as both manager and team developer. The results of team building interventions. The results of team building in virtual teams is still emerging, but shows that many of the lessons learned from face-to-face team building intervention can be transferred. For example, in a lab study of college students, the researchers found that when communication technologies were augmented to include goal-setting process, team functioning and team performance is improved. Team performance was enhanced by initial face-to-face team building meetings in the startup stage of team's work. Roles of each member and regular meetings with each team member resolve problems and increase personal accountability. Conclusion. Team building intervention is directed to enhance group effectiveness and the approaches in which members of groups work together. Teams can be everlasting or transient or traditional or virtual. The general procedure of team building attempts to develop a team to address its very own ongoing problem solving. Dear participants, I hope you understand about team interventions. The next lecture topic is organizational mirror and other interventions. Thanks for your participation.